Iran's supreme leader coming out calling for the annihilation of Israel, but not the Jews. I know some people are saying, what? Well, you see, yeah, of all people, Iran making this statement, but what they're stating is that they're polling the people inside of Israel to see what they really want, because, and I've reported on this before as well, for people just waking up that can't grasp it, they fight violently against this because it's set up this way to divide the people, this whole thing between Israel and Gaza. If you defend Gaza, then Israel will blatantly, the Zionist regime will lash out at you. The people in the streets won't, because if you actually look at the people in the streets, and I've shown you audio, I've shown you the people from the streets in Israel, the Jewish people, that are screaming for this to stop, saying that the Zionist regime does not have the best interest of the people in heart. They're not trying enough. And they're screaming this, just like we're screaming about the chaos here in our own country, the treason by Obama. It's taking place in Israel too, and the people are screaming it. And Iran, of all people here, pointing it out, seizing the opportunity to show a vulnerable spot in the Zionist regime's, armor, a chink in their armor, that basically your own people are lashing out against you, and you're trying to cover it up because you own all the media outlets. This is what they're stating. And that, yes, we want to see Israel annihilated, is what he states. And when he calls for this, he says he wants to make it clear that we don't want to kill everybody in the region. We don't want to harm the Jews. That actually, when this is all said and done, the Jews will have a right to live there. So still be a Jewish state. But they want to wipe out the Zionist regime. So that's what he's stating. I just wanted to point it out. It's going to stir up the hornet's nest here with Israel, and with all this controversy with Israel between Gaza, it's created just for that, to split the public, and get the people fighting back and forth over the whole thing. But it's all falling apart because the people are awakening, and Iran's going through its own awakening, generational type wise, because of the gap from the old timers, from the 79 Iranian Revolution type era, to the new timers, seeing a new way, new information, everyone awakening. It's global. And as far as this world stage is concerned, Iran being one of the key parts in the linchpin to this whole thing. They've just been sitting there the whole time. And for how many years have they always threatened us with Iran? Yet they still sit there untouched, unscathed, and really the last frontier to be messed with when it comes to the Middle East here, before butting up against Russia and running into China and India and those bigger countries. So, Iran playing the politics here, and I just wanted to point it out that, they're calling for the annihilation of the Zionist regime inside of Israel, and calling for stopping the mass murder of all these children inside of Gaza. And that's just another thing everyone wants to see. You're saying that God, if you defend Israel, so you're saying that the Gazans don't have a right to defend themselves? You're saying that they are just going to sit around and let their children just continue to get murdered? And then on the other side of the coin, it's so Israel doesn't have a right to defend itself, and this and that. And it's like, you know what? Why don't you go talk to the people in the street? That's why I put out that audio piece here recently, and I thought it was fantastic. Many other people did too. It showed the people from the streets of Israel. If you really care about Israel, and that's what it's about, your religion, and the Jews, and the chosen people and all that, well, why don't you go talk to them in Israel? That's what I showed you in the audio. And what did they say? That this has to stop. That the Zionist regime does not have their best interest at hand. So you can see there's a separation there. And it's the same separation here. The same evil powers running the show here in the United States. And, Iranians are no angels, but they're calling it out when they see it here. So I'll leave links, as always, and I'll keep you guys posted as I hear of more. Until next time, this has been W7. Eyes open.